Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I guess this is my first time filming with hair that's back to a natural color. Last time I was on here, I was filming with navy hair. So that's new. Today, I'm starting off with no makeup because I'm going to be doing a power of makeup type thing. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, last summer I did a power of makeup look, which is something that Nikki Tutorial started, where you do half your face in full glam makeup and half of your face just stays natural. I did one of those looks and it actually got picked up by an article on Ranker, which was really cool. I thought I would do another power makeup type look, but this time instead of doing natural and full glam, I thought I'd go no makeup and natural makeup. So I want to basically just show you how to use makeup to naturally accentuate your features. So this is going to be a look that's just like quick and easy, very few products, but just helps oomph up your look so that you look like you're wearing no makeup, but you're actually wearing makeup and you just look fresh and pretty. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Before we get into the video, why don't you go hit that subscribe button? That helps me out big time. And while you're there, hit the little bell notification too so you get notified when I upload new videos. Super duper helpful. Okay, let's get started on this look. Before I start anything else, I'm going to put a little bit of lip chap on to hydrate my lips. They're a little trapped right now. So obviously for this look, I'm going to be leaving this side of my face totally natural, and this side I'm going to be doing my natural makeup. I'm going to start with my eyebrows as I usually do, but I'm not going to be doing a crazy filled in Instagram eyebrow. I'm going to be doing very natural, very subtle. I'm going to be helping to define it a little bit. So I'm going to start with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow as usual. I'm going to start by combing my brows up and into place. So usually when I start my brows, I will take my dip brow and kind of underline my whole brow to make it one nice smooth line. For this, I'm not going to do that. So instead of creating that one solid line, I'm still going to work off of that same line that I would usually do, but I'm going to do small upward strokes to just kind of fill in the sparseness rather than creating a harsh line. So starting at the front of my brow, I'm just going to do really gentle, light flicks upward to kind of fill in that area. And at the front of my brow, I'm just going to go straight up and kind of fill in the front area of that brow. In this front area, all these hairs are going more upwards, so I'm going to stroke more upwards, and then as it gets to this area, it lays a little bit flatter. So in that area, I am going to lay my brush a little flatter, and then at the end, we're obviously going a little more downwards. So see, I still created that nice shape, but I'm not doing a solid line, which is going to make it look a lot more natural. Dipping back into my dip brow, I'm going to start going in through the body of my eyebrow and just kind of filling in some areas that look a little sparse. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did on the bottom of the brow, but on the top of the brow. Normally I would just do an outline of the whole top of the brow. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start by doing little small strokes. Most of these hair are growing downwards, so I'm going to do small strokes kind of downwards, and again following that same shape but not creating a harsh line. I'm just going to go over that with my spoolie again, help set those hairs back in place and see if there's any spots that I'm kind of missing. So in this tail area here, I've got a little bit of sparseness. Look at that, you can already see such a huge difference how this brow kind of frames my eye and this one's just kind of lacking. Next, I'm going to prime my face, and because I want this to look fairly natural, I'm going to go in with a dewy primer. This is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer primer, and this is just going to give a nice dewy base to our makeup because I have naturally oily skin, so my face is naturally pretty dewy looking. This feels a little weird only doing this on half my face. Now the next step is totally optional, and it is foundation. Now if you have really good skin, you can get away with just using a little bit of concealer. I like to use this. This is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation, and this is a really light, watery foundation. So it's just going to kind of even out my skin tone, but my skin will still show through, so it looks very natural still. So I'm going to do a couple pumps of that. Oh, I probably don't need a couple. One and a half. And I'm just going to buff that into my skin with a brush. So very light coverage, and this is really just going to even out my skin tone more than anything. It's not meant to be super full coverage, and it's very light to wear on the face. Like, it doesn't even feel like you're wearing anything. But you can see how this side of my face is just a little more even toned than this side of my face. As you can see, I still have some blemishes peeking through, so I'm going to take a little bit of concealer and go over those areas. I'm going to use my Rimmel Match Perfection concealer. This one I feel like is the most natural looking on the skin. Just kind of sinks into your skin. I'm almost out, but I'm just going to take that and just put a little bit over the areas that I want to conceal just a bit more. And then I'm also going to take that under my eyes just because I do have some bags. Also going to use that to clean up around my eyebrow just a little bit. So taking a damp beauty blender, I'm going to pat that into the skin. I'm also going to take that up onto my eyelid just to conceal a little bit of the redness I have on my lids. And usually when I'm cleaning up my eyebrows, I would take a concealer brush and really define the upper part of my brow, but with this I'm just kind of dabbing it in, and it still gives that a little bit of a cleaned up look without making it look too perfect. And now you can really start to see it coming together. This side of my face almost looks just like it has a filter on it, but it still looks very natural. And then this side of my face, you can still see like redness, imperfections, all that. So it's not a super huge difference, but it's enough to be like, okay, you're kind of smoothing things out, pulling things together. Now, because we're still going for a very natural look, I want to use cream products on my face rather than powders because they will just sink into the skin a little bit better and just give you that more natural, dewy, luminous look. So I'm going to be using two Temptu products. This one's a bronzer, this one's a highlighter. I'm going to start with a highlighter because I don't want to muddy up my beauty blender too much. I'm going to start by just applying that to my palette. A little drop will do ya, maybe two. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and dip it in a couple of times, just kind of spreading that product around on the beauty blender. And I'm going to take that onto the high points of my cheek and around my temples, and just going to really work that into the skin. And that's just going to give you a really nice subtle glow. I use a little bit of that on my nose and my chin as well. Maybe just a dab in the inner corner of my eye. So you can even turn that over and just really blend it into the skin so it's super subtle. And it'll just look like you went for a brisk walk. It'll give you that little bit of glow that you'd naturally get from running around all day. Now I'm going to take the bronzer, same thing, just a drop or two, beauty blender. I'm going to turn it over to the other side so there's not so much shimmer on it. Dab it in a couple of times, move it around. I'm going to start up by my ear and kind of dab that on where I want it. And I'm going to turn around and blend it into my cheek. And that just creates a nice subtle contour. And then I'm going to dab a little bit around my forehead, turn it over, blend it in. And this will just give a little bit of dimension to the face without looking like you're trying to become Kardashian. A little bit on the jaw. And if you really want to, you can do a little bit on your nose. Do a subtle nose contour. And again, everything we've done so far is super subtle on the face. It doesn't look like I'm caked in makeup, but it can kind of help accentuate my features. Now, like I said, I do get oily throughout the day, so I'm still going to want to set this. I'm just going to use a small amount of my RCMA powder, and I definitely want to set underneath my eyes, first of all, and on my lid, because we did bring some concealer on the lid. Just a really light dusting on the rest of the face. As you can see, you can still see that little bit of a highlight glimmering off of my cheek. And then just to make sure we don't look super powdery, I'm going to take my Badescu facial spray with aloe and rose water and give a nice little mist of that. That'll just help the powder set into my skin. Next, we're going to do the eye, and it's just going to be super subtle. I'm going to take a dark brown pencil. This one is from NYX Brown Perfection Slide On Eye Pencil. And this I'm going to use to tightline on the top lid. And this is just a little less harsh than putting a black eyeliner, but this will still help to make our eyelashes look longer by having a darker base to them. I'm not going to put that on the bottom waterline. I'm actually going to use my Rimmel Scandleyes in Nude and put that on my waterline. I love a good nude pencil because it will just help open your eyes right up and make you look a little more fresh and awake. This one is almost too bright, so I actually used my fingertip and just kind of pat it out a little bit just so it's not so harsh. And then that just makes that eye look a little more awake. Now, even though this is a natural look, I'm still going to use a mascara because I want my eyelashes to be able to be seen. So I'm going to take the Tarte Gifted Mascara. You want a mascara that's not going to give you a ton of length or volume. You just want it to coat the lashes. Because if you're putting on like a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, that's really voluminous and really makes it look like you're wearing mascara. So I'm just going to go in with the smallest coat of this Tarte Gifted Mascara. I'm going to focus mostly on the root of my lashes and then do a little jiggle and pull up and not focus it so much on the ends so it still looks a little more natural. So starting right in the base, a little jiggle and then up through the ends. That's it. I'm not going to go ham. And if there's any little clumpies or anything, I'm just going to kind of pinch it between my fingers to make those disappear. And then same thing on the bottom, just a really quick light coat. You can see how those few little steps on the eyes really made them look more wide and awake rather than this one. I mean, this one I've still got a bag under my eye. It looks a little droopy, it looks a little red. This one looks more bright and awake and fresh. Last thing for this look is some lipstick. Now you want to find a lipstick that's pretty similar to your lip color, and you want something that's not going to dry down super matte and cause like crinkly lips and stuff. You want something more of a cream. So I'm going to use this Bite Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Glacé. This has actually been like my favorite thing to wear on a no makeup day. It's a little deeper than what my lip color is, but it doesn't dry down super matte. It stays really well on my lips. And then you can even blot it down a little bit, just to kind of blend it into your lip color. And that just gives you a nice subtle rosiness to the lips. And then that's it. That is the finished look. How easy was that? So that was about 10 products, super easy. This can literally take like 5 minutes to do in the morning, and it just gives you a little bit more freshness. It helps accentuate your features. You definitely don't have to do all of these steps. You could even go without lipstick. And like I said, you can go without foundation if you've got nice skin and you don't mind flaunting your natural skin. Some of you might not even want to put the mascara on. Even just putting that nude liner in the lower rim really helps waken up your eyes. If you like this video, be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what your no makeup routine is. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on my no makeup look. I hope you liked the comparison of the no makeup to the no makeup. Make sure you're subscribed before you leave, and I'll end this clip with a little bit of a close-up so you can see what my natural skin looks like and what my no makeup skin looks like. Okay, bye guys. See you in my next video.